person and as a candidate, why you deserve these positions or why you deserve to be chosen in the scholarships and student exchange programs. Number 6 is craft a compelling personal statement. This is similar with writing short essay or essays writing. It means that you need to start having a statement which is so you. Jadi cari statement atau buat statement. It could be like one paragraph maximally, okay, one paragraph or even one or two sentences that is very much you. So by reading this personal statement, people can notice easily that this is you, this is yours, strong, this is why you are strong, this is why you need to be chosen, this is why you're eligible for the program, this is why you're like the perfect candidate for the scholarships. All right. And then number 7 is showcase your unique qualities. This is similar with the previous one. So after joining the extracurricular, after joining the additional values of yourself, don't forget to showcase it. Showcase means like showing it, and then if you have experience, let's say that I'm not very good at dancing, okay, but I ever dance in one of the very most special occasion where many of the embassies, like world embassies, US embassies, UK's embassies, they were there in the room, and I was dancing tortor, one of the traditional dance from Medan, from Batak, right? Even though I'm not Bataknese, okay, I'm Japanese, I would say, or I'm Batawinese, I would say. So you need to maybe like put this little stories in your short essays so that people know that the skill that you're talking about, the dancing skill that you're talking about, it's not something that you are playing, okay? Something that you're only like, okay, joking, bluffing, and then like talking bullshits about that activities or that skill. You really are serious about talking or showcasing about your additional values. So because it is proven, you ever done it in certain occasions, and you're very good at it. Number 8 is prepare for the interviews. So many applicants, they're only good at like written applications, okay? Hanya bagus di pendaftaran berkas yang ketika dipanggil interview, they're not really preparing for the speaking or for the interview level. And interview could be very complicated or easy. And you need to always have the complicated versions to prepare. The complicated versions to prepare is that the interviews will be done with so many important persons, like it could be the CEO, it could be the highest positions of that scholarships or exchange program. And then usually the second one is about the one that is going to talk about your brought up values. So sometimes let's say that this is scholarships for university. Okay. So this person is going to like dig more about the informations why you choose the major, let's say, or why you choose to write this undergraduate thesis, or why you have this interest in certain topics like gender equality, let's say, or maybe women empowerment, or SDGs, or sustainable development goals, or maybe educations, or even health. So you need to be familiar with the topics that you're making them interest in you. Prepare this for the interview level as well. And then the third one, usually in language. So because you are before the interview level, you usually like told them that you have fluent or proficient in English, either active and passive. So you need to prove this to them. You need to be able to speak in front of them. You need to be able to communicate with them. You need to be able to translate whatever written in your paper. Okay. And then the fourth one, usually going to talk about the social contributions. Okay, so this person is going to talk about the use of you in the society. Okay, you have a smart brain, you have like a lot of experience, and do your society feel you? Now take a look at your surroundings. Do you really give them something that they deserve? Do you really pay attention to nature, for example? Like, do you really help the world to get better in certain way? Okay, yes, but I'm not really into health, let's say, but I'm paying attention so much in education. How? Okay, so I built this, I built that, I encourage this, I encourage that. I work with communities, let's say, or I work with like elder people to just like create some kind of projects together. So you need to explain to this to this person. And number nine, it's following the instructions and meet the deadlines. Of course, usually scholarships and exchange program, they always have the valid informations about when and where you need to submit the applications, whether it's by email, let's say, or by websites or by Google form even. And you need to understand about these instructions earlier before you prepare about everything. And if you're not really a person who remembers about everything, please do not hesitate to take notes. Okay, you really need to have like a certain one small or big books that is going to talk about this specific goals of yourself. And then number 10 is seek assistance and guidance. So you are attending here right now in this webinar with Sefeo. It's already one step ahead. So you have, by having you attending this webinar, I am offering myself. If after this you have any questions or maybe any case studies that you want to discuss about scholarships and student exchange program, please don't hesitate to reach me through Instagram, including you, Pijar. Okay, so I'm very much open to any discussions and very much willing to help with any informations that I know. And then seek assistance and guidance could be from everyone that you trust, from someone who experienced these specific issues about scholarships and students exchange program that you trust and that willing to help you. So you trust them, but they're not willing to help you, then it is not called assistance or guidance. Okay, so it needs to be agreed with both parties, so by both parties. And then the last one from these tips and tricks is be persistent and apply to multiple opportunities. Yes, of course. I mean, like, what makes you think that one application could help you to reach your goals? Of course, it's like very slight opportunities. Okay, you need to like start looking for other options or creating some kind of options about okay, if I choose these scholarships as my number one, but I need to prepare for number two, three, four, five, and so on as well. Okay, and same with student exchange program. What is the main reason why you are applying for this student exchange program? Is it the country? Is it the topic? Is it the requirements that you are able to provide, or is it the value from the student exchange program? So you need to create this kind of urgencies. Oke, ini harus dibuat berdasarkan kebutuhan kamu. Kenapa kamu apply di student exchange program ini? Apakah karena negaranya gitu, atau karena value dari exchange program ini, atau karena mungkin gratis atau berbayarnya, atau perihal fundingnya, atau karena kemampuan kamu gitu, dan seterusnya. So you need to create these boxes, okay, to help you chasing your dreams. Which one is the most urgent? You need to do this like by the earlier deadlines. Okay, I think that's all for my tips and tricks. And the last is do not lose yourself. This is like the most red flags in applying into scholarships and exchange programs. Some people, Pijar, they're like, okay, I want to be chosen or I want to be accepted in the scholarships and then in this student exchange programs. And what they do is not like preparing earlier, but what they do is faking the documents. So faking the documents could be like talking unreal or unmatched informations about your CV, let's say, or about your experience in social contributions, or about your experience in having the interest about the topic. Let's say you're choosing one of the program talking about gender equality, but Then when someone asks you what is gender equality, oh, gender equality means like there is a girl and there's a boy and they could like get along together and that's it. It means like you're faking your like informations and faking the things that actually not yourself. Some people are still fighting for gender equality. Some people still disagree about gender equality. So if you are that person, if you are the person who disagree with gender equality, please do not try to apply to any of the program that talks about gender equality because you are going to lose yourself. Okay, you're going to like end up with faking everything and losing yourself, and this is happening. Okay, this happened to some of my friends as well. So the first one is you need to reflect on your motivations. Take a step back and reflect on why you are pursuing the program. You need to ensure that motivations align with your genuine interests, goals, and values. And then the next one is balance the qualifications and personal stories. So you can tell the stories like this, like me, but you need to balance that with your qualifications, whether or not that is true. Or while meeting the criteria is important, it's also equally vital to maintain your uniqueness and personal story. You need to find ways to showcase your qualifications while also presenting yourself as a real person with experience, not only like a book with pages, okay, but a person with a story. And then highlight the authenticity and application. So many people just like copy and paste about their personal statement, about their topics of interest. Let's say, okay, Pijar, I give you like work to make 300 short essays about gender equality, and then you just like Google it and then you copy and paste that into your applications. It's going to be found, okay, and it's very much embarrassing, and it means you do the plagiarism. It means you have no authenticity on your work, and definitely you are not going to be chosen. Next is like be honest and transparent. So similar, you need to be honest throughout the applications process is crucial. Avoid embellishing or misrepresenting of your qualifications or experience, because the admissions committees value integrity and are skilled at recognizing genuine applicants. So I also have experience in like cross-checking the applications forms from many applicants, Pijar, and I found this kind of situations where the people just like doing the plagiarism. It seems like they what is written there sounds very much textbook. It's not like something that you wrote by yourself and so on. And then seek a balanced approach. So strive for a balance between meeting the program's requirement and also maintaining your authenticity. So doing, I would not say that faking is good, but you need to, sometimes we are actually have something similar with the program, but we just don't know how to highlight that out. So you need to seek a balanced approach. So cari cara, kadang kita tuh nggak niat untuk menipu gitu ya. Hanya saja kita nggak tahu gimana sih sebenarnya aku tuh emang suka banget sama topik ini. But how can I let them know? How could I let them know how much I really want to join this program? So sometimes you need to seek this kind of balanced approach that could help you highlighting what you want to write down there. And then research the program that fit you. So ensure that the programs aligns with your goals, values, and interests. Look for opportunities to highlight your connections to the program's mission, values, or unique offerings. This usually could be found in on their websites, okay, on the organization's websites. So you can see what is their missions, what are their values, or what are their unique offerings, and you could like pick some of the keywords and put that into your writing, or you need to mention it orally as well. And then next is connect with program alumni or current participants. So you need to reach out. You need to reach out to the alumni or current program participants to gain insights into their experience, because Less or more, usually it's like similar experience that they have been facing. So some of their mistakes, maybe you could like not do it again in the future. Just like what I told you today. Jadi ada beberapa hal yang hari ini juga aku kasih tahu. Harapannya nggak diulang lagi di masa depan gitu. So you need to reach this kind of people who can tell you about their personal experience. The last one is remember goal is the goal of you joining the program or scholarship is to represent or present yourself genuinely while meeting the necessary requirements. So you need to focus on showcasing your unique qualities, experiences, and aspirations that make you a strong candidate. It's also important to be true to yourself throughout the applications process because I ever joined a program in like one of the very specific and not so good locations for people who mostly live in cities gitu ya. Jadi ada daerah, salah satu daerah yang bener-bener kayak it's very like limited for any kinds of need. And this person that joined the same program like I do, this person keeps complaining, aduh nggak ada ini, nggak ada apa, nggak ada ini, nggak ada apa gitu. So they reflect that with their daily activities yang padahal ya harusnya lo udah tahu kali sebelum apply gitu. So this kind of situations usually happen during the program. Jadi jangan sampai ini terjadi sama kalian gitu ya. So please align the goal with who you are because this is very important karena program itu walaupun pendek dia bisa sangat stressful Pijar kalau itu bukan kamu gitu ya. I think let me check. That's all from me. Thank you so much, Pijar. Muchas gracias, everyone. So again, this is my Instagram. If you're interested to follow me and talk more about today's sessions, I would love to. Maybe I'm going to show you one of the program that I just currently accepted adalah the program in Bali. In Bali, so anyone living in Bali, I'm going to be in Bali for next month. No, it's already this month. Yeah, so late June, and this is like a fully funded project because like we'll cover all the expenses and so on. So I would like, if you are interested to know about any kinds of the program that I could provide you with the informations, I would love to. Thank you so much for the genuine and kind attention. I put back to Pijar. Thank you, Pijar.
Okay, thank you very much for explanation. I think it's very helpful and useful for especially one of us who really want to have a scholarship or something like student exchange. That will be a remind of us that what should we aware about the scholarship. I think information, cross check, and we understand more before we get the program. I think it's very good reminder, especially like a step change, or if we really want to get a scholarship about the or study in out of our country. Okay, now it's our Q&A session. It's allowed for anyone who have a question. It will be answered from Kak Hani. Okay, you can text on chat or you can turn on your mic, please, for anyone who want to ask
Bro Aceh want to ask a question. Bro Aceh.
Okay, Aceh, please
Okay.
text on.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, thank you for the time that given to me. Good evening, Kak Hani, and good evening, everyone. Bang Jelki. I think it is a very amazing material that delivered by Kahani, yeah, related to the scholarship and then student exchange, I think. And I believe that all of the participants here who will get that opportunity will take it well, I think, after knowing about the tips and the trick how to get it. But my question is about, I think it's, yeah, one issue earlier, I think, about yeah, the the graduate of the scholarship. I think the student graduate of the scholarship. Sometimes there are a lot of there are a lot of the student of graduate the student of the scholarship. They don't want to work or do their career in Indonesia. And I think it is my question to Kahani. What do you think about this issue, Kahani? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Aceh, please, Kahani.
Okay, thank you so much. Are you talking about like one of the major scholarships, like national major scholarships that is like being one of the hot issues? I think this shouldn't happen at the first place. Okay, as the awardee, I would say that you should have read the terms or rules and regulations earlier before you are like applying to that program. And I think as the organizations also should be braver in taking decisions about this kind of situations. And usually in this kind of situations have been have been mitigated, okay, from the earlier paper. So usually we sign a lot of paper, and in one of that papers usually explain about the consequences that we need to receive if we break any of the promises, any of the legal promises. So I think as the organizations should be more brave or braver in taking steps in like doing some kind of I don't know, punish and reimbursement about this kind of awards. So of course, if you are like meant to be back to your country, to your original country, then you shouldn't be staying abroad. I mean, just do what they promise you, and you do what you already promised yourself. Because again, we as the awardee, we sign a lot of papers, not only one paper, but a lot of papers. So please read carefully before signing any of the paper. I hope that helps.
Okay, that's the answer from Kahani. I think Aceh, it's enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kahani, for your explanation. But I think, is there any agreement between us being a applicant to with the organization or the institution that give away the scholarship?
Yes, yes. It usually not only both parties, usually more than that. The organizations, the awardee, and then the university as well. So the university usually know about what kind of scholarships that you are receiving that supports your educations in that university. Let's say in Universitas Brawijaya, where I'm studying, my university know how many scholarships that I have been receiving during my study. Karena ada beberapa scholarships yang memang dia like start from the beginning and until you graduate. Some of them they are like seasonal. Jadi ada yang di semester ganjil doang, ada yang di ujian akhir doang dan seterusnya. So usually the university normally they know, apalagi di luar negeri gitu ya, di dalam negeri aja they pay so much attention about this. So I believe that the university also know. But also I would say jangan juga kita mengira-ngira ya, jangan juga kita seuzon gitu. Misalnya kayak kita tahu dia kuliah di sini tapi kok dia nggak balik-balik ya gitu. Karena ada beberapa pengecualian. Sometimes the organizations and the scholarships they have exceptions. For example, I received the scholarships A, and then I need to be in Australia, let's say, to finish my study and then go back. But there is one exception. You could still stay in Australia if you work with the Indonesian embassies, misalnya. Atau maybe you can still stay in Australia if you continue your PhD study with the same scholarships. Nah, itu bisa juga. Jadi kadang beberapa orang ada yang juga like they act like they know so much about someone's cases, padahal sebenarnya mereka nggak tahu cerita full ini karena kan nggak semua orang membagikan gitu ya. So that's it. Pijar, you forgot to unmute.
Okay, I think the raised hand is Mas Disar. Mas Disar, do you have any question for Kak Hani?
Wait. Okay, I wanna ask something. Well, actually, I try to, like, I'm so excited to work in United Embassy in Jakarta. So my question is how to apply to work there. Like, you know any kind of things that help me to apply? Because I just tried to googling, but I think it is a little bit difficult for me to find out how to apply to work there.
Okay. Are you talking about United Nations or PBB in Bahasa?
United
Or
Nations Embassy.
yes,
Yeah.
United Nations, UN, right?
Sorry, United States. United States.
Oh, okay. US Embassy.
Yeah,
So
yes.
you want to have experience like working or maybe having internships in US Embassy area.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like
I think usually they share this on their websites, or maybe you could check this account as well at America. So this is located in Jakarta in Pacific Place Mall. Actually, you can visit at America sometimes before you really apply for the programs, and you could like easily find the informations from their Instagram, YouTube, or website. Some because at America is like directly one of the organizations directly under the U.S. Embassy. So sometimes some informations that you cannot get from U.S. Embassy you can get in at America. But and in U.S. Embassy as well, you could easily get it. I think maybe because speaking of US Embassy, it's a little bit complicated. You need to check whether it is the US Embassy in the US or it's US Embassy in Jakarta. Okay, so you need to pay attention to this kind of link as well. All right,
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Well, thank you so much. It helped me.
Okay, that's very nice answer. You can also check in the website or the Instagram for more information. That's Kak Hani said. And then we have Historia. Hey, Historia, please turn on your microphone or text in. That I check. Okay. Okay, Historia. Do you have any question? Hello, Historia. Okay, I think Historia is not available now. So anyone have a question about the scholarship and student exchange? I think I have question for Kahani about the scholarship. I wonder scholarship, what usually make people, especially from our country, from Indonesia, really have a lot of desire, really want to learn in out from our country. Like, yeah, I think if we get the program in there, we have a lot of experience, new and other thing there. So what actually the main desire to position other person really want to have a student exchange or really want to get a scholarship, being scholarship in out of our country? I think that's it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Pija. So usually speaking of international capacity and national capacity is two different things. When you are only receiving the national capacity, the national scholarships, sorry, or the regional scholarships that is only available in Jakarta, let's say, compared to the scholarships that is available internationally, of course, the capacity is bigger. The capacity is higher in international. So that's one of the reason. And for the exchange program, sometimes it is really related to the topics or the interest of the program. Sometimes it is related to their personal dreams. For like I really love India. I mean, as a country. That's why I am so much willing to just be there through the exchange program. Karena kalau ke India biasa ya kita tinggal pesen tiket gitu ya. But I want to be there as attending something gitu. Aku pengen ada di sana sebagai seseorang yang menghadiri salah satu event gitu. Lalu, what else? I think it's also related to their personal goals dan lebih ke itu tadi sih kayak kapasitasnya ya, percaya atau enggak, believe it or not. I don't say that I cannot say that it is a discriminations or like people blindsided about the international and national, but believe it or not, when you go international, it gives you more compared to when you only go national. And for my personal statement, usually I bring religion. So in Indonesia, I'm as Muslim as the majority of the people. So I love to see myself when I'm entering the foreign country as the minority. I would like to know how could I survive? How could I see the minorities' perspective, point of view, and so on. I hope that helps.
Okay, yeah, that's my wonder and that's fulfilling when you answer. And then we have
Emang ada?
Claudia.
Oh, ada ya, nggak tahu.
Are you available to ask the question? Historia,
Okay.
hello. Okay, turn
Can
on
you hear
your
me?
microphone. Yeah, yeah,
Can you hear my voice? Okay.
yes.
So thank you
yes.
so much for the questions for myself to get to know Ms. Hyde better. And I would like to ask, this is about this document paper-based. Are we allowed to submit more than one scholarship programs with only one essay writings? Because I have seen so many programs, whether it is from government or independent itself, in their web, it has a statement about this document will never be this document originated from and will never be submitted in emergency. Or for instance, we can say that this has never prevailed with allowed to submit more than one scholarship programs with one only essay writings. Is that allowed according to your experience? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Historia. So I think I also have, no, I do not specifically have this kind of experience, but in terms of legal advice, you could always see and check that from the scholarships that you're applying. Are they allowing? Are they not allowing? If they're not allowing, it means don't do that. If they're allowing, it means do that. Even though they're allowing, I never do it because it's like boring. At least do some kind of like significant or advanced or minor changes in your next paper. Why? Because it's impossible for you to have exact same condition unless you apply for both scholarships in the same time. If you don't, then you must have something, some moments that you're able to tell briefly. Yeah, so sometimes not sometimes, every time I apply for short essays and something like that, I always make minor changes minimally. Okay. But mostly I do major changes. I do advanced changes. Like maybe if you're confused how to do it, you could add like case studies or your personal stories into it. Is that helpful? Sorry?
Okay, that was well.
Okay,
Can I-
guys. Historia, have you any question or any word you want to say?
Pijar,
Yeah,
hello,
one
Pijar.
question.
Okay, hello.
I think you can check the chat box as well because there's a question from Paul in the chat box.
Oh, sorry, I have some trouble with this my Zoom, I think, because okay, let me check. Sorry, I have no message in box chat. Can repeat the question, I think.
Okay, I think I could just directly answer this, Pijar. So yeah, sometimes GPA is like one of the very basic requirements. Okay, some scholarships they specifically mention kayak minimal GPA 3 atau minimal 3,5. Sometimes mostly they mention, but some scholarships they don't mention or they don't care about your GPA. Why? Because maybe their missions, their visions, and their values as a scholarship is not to build someone who is academically excellent. Maybe they want to meet someone who is non academically excellent, or someone who has like very uh, exciting or new or fresh personality. Or maybe they are attracted to someone who have more interest in social contributions. So if you feel like low in your academic record, please do not be sad because you can always excel in other sides. Okay, like your sports, let's say, or your languages, or your the way you design something using the computer, technologies, or something like that. But be careful. Please read more about the visions, missions, and the values of the scholarships. Karena nggak semua scholarship itu goalnya GPA, gitu ya. I hope that helps everyone. I think we have less than 1 minute
Okay,
time.
guys, that's I think the last question. Oh, Yusuf still have question, but yeah, I want to say sorry and apologize. It will be the last question for our session tonight, and Kahani available until 1 minute more, I think. So please, Yusuf, can you turn on your microphone to ask the question?
All right. Thank you so much, Kak, for okay. I want to ask about student exchange program. Actually, this year I have tried to join student exchange program. Namely, it is my